Hey LeGrand Alive! We are in Elgin, Oregon for this week's episode of the Newsish Roundup. Alex, where are we?
We are in the jewel of the Blue Mountains, Elgin High School. Here is the field where 2,000 cyclists from all over the world have come to our valley to see what we have to offer.
And this week's Newsish Roundup, I'm Will Bowman and...
I'm Lance Armstrong.
Hey Lance, you got any juice?
It was one time.
Oh! Today we're going to be talking about some cool stories, what's going on in the valley right now. Alex, what is on our docket for today?
Oh, so many things. We're going to talk about Cycle Oregon and Elgin and the Grande coming to you later this week. There's another episode of the Bob and Kelly Show. A new publishing company has started in the area, and last but not least, Ronde Symphony Orchestra is in the news again.
Ronde Symphony Orchestra, our last story, only on this weekly Newsish Roundup, brought to you by our sponsors.
Like we said, we are in Elgin, Oregon, jewel of the Blue Mountains, and boy is it beautiful out here. Nice late summer, early fall air, the trees are green, it's lovely, and this is the perfect time to showcase a community like Union County. Now, 2,000 cyclists have descended upon this town, and this is not the last time they're going to be here. They're coming back on Friday to be in the Grande. Now, Elgin is putting on a real show for them. There's hay rides bringing cyclists into town from the high school where they're staying. A few churches are holding events like a Sue and Stoop dinner. Sue and Stoop?
Sue and Stoop? That sounds like a really interesting dinner.
Well, they're also having a Stoop and Sue dinner. So hopefully cyclists are enjoying that, not whatever we just invented.
Lots of chocolate milk out here too, according to Alan Duffy.
Yeah. Now, it's not just Cycle Oregon coming here. Elgin showed up to make this an amazing place. Elgin had their group called Elgin Edge, the City of Elgin, the Elgin Chamber of Commerce, Elgin Stampeders, Women's Service Club, several churches, and a lot of groups at the school come together to provide services to Cycle Oregon and their cyclists. And we're going to see a lot of that this Friday in the Grande.
Now, we got a chance to talk to Mayor Alan Duffy about who is on the Planning Commission, on the commission that helps to put this together, and he talked a little bit about all the things that make it cool that Cycle Oregon is in Elgin.
Well, number one, obviously it opens, having Cycle Oregon here in Elgin brings awareness, especially for other people that come back to visit. And we get a lot of repeat visitors. We get a lot of times during the summer and tourism season, we have people that have come and have visited Elgin on Cycle Oregon. So it's very important. Them coming right now, obviously, financially prevents all our, just really boost up our community groups, the high school football team who's unloading luggage, the kids that are servicing tables, different local groups that are doing fundraising. It's bringing a lot of fundraising money that'll promote their programs. So, and then just the folks themselves, as you come into town, you can see them walking the streets. They're out there visiting our downtown businesses, and it's just a real, it's an economic boost for us. So like I said, it's been months of preparation, and it comes to one day.
A lot of work for one day.
It's a one day, but again, I tell you, having Cycle Oregon come to Elgin has been an economic boost. Not only to that, I just think it puts us on the map. And Elgin is a community that we've worked hard to really move forward and grow our base, and having being able to host an organization like Cycle Oregon really helps get the word out that Elgin should be your next vacation destination.
Now, Cycle Oregon will be coming to LeGrande, as Alex has said, this Friday. They're going to be doing the same thing: tents, spandex, chocolate milk, the works. What all is going to be going on in LeGrande other than those three things? Because I think there's probably more that's going on, actually, right?
Yeah. Well, Cycle Oregon is going to come to LeGrande between 11 and 6 on Friday. That's when cyclists are showing up. We need people to come down to the finish line and give their support, wave signs that say, "We welcome to you, LeGrande," and just give them a good time. Now, once they get here, they're not just going to stay at Pioneer Park, their destination. Cyclists are going to be going downtown on a bus route arranged by Northeast Oregon Transit, and they're going to be coming to town until 8 o'clock before they go back to Pioneer Park for the rest of the night.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this Friday, LeGrande, be sure to get out and get excited for the cyclists that are going to be coming through LeGrande with Cycle Oregon. This story was brought to you by our sponsor. Our second story of the evening. When I say poetry, what do you think of? Probably not Instagram, but Osti Baird does think of Instagram. She is a local LeGrand resident who has started a publishing company that is dedicated to publishing people that she finds through social media. Now, Osti has been a writer since she was 16 years old. She essentially took a break for a while there, but then came back to writing recently when she was working at Benchwarmers in LeGrand. She decided then to start publishing her work on Instagram because she said that she had a desire, like many poets do, to be heard and understood.
What I've found is a common thread for all writers is that they're like, well, if I'm feeling like this and I'm struggling like this and I write it down, and somebody else is feeling like this and somebody else is struggling like this and they read it, then we're connected and we're no longer alone.
Wow.
And with the books, that's kind of how it is. Me and the writers, I mean, really, because we're kind of more of a partnership than anything else, because I can't do it without them, strive to create this thing that people can hold in their hands and feel less alone.
Wow.
I mean, you find your favorite author and you found a second home. You found that person that identifies with you and you identify with them and you see yourself in their words. And suddenly, all your worries aren't singular. You're not carrying them by yourself, somebody's sharing them with you. And I think that that's really what poetry gives us. It gives us that power to be united when maybe we don't want to be with people.
Osti is now starting a publishing company called Baird Publishing. This publishing company will exclusively publish with people who work online, and it's not just going to be anybody who puts stuff on social media. She's very selective.
Now, I'm super appreciative of what we have for technology because, like you said, it enables me to gather these writers and to see what they have. And I very much so am judging them based on their social media. I have had writers contact me and say, hey, I'd really like to be a part of your upcoming anthology on grief. Great. But I go look at their account and I'm like, you have like 5 poems and 600 pictures.
Yep.
And they get offended when I say, I don't know that this is the right thing for you. But I can only judge how seriously you're willing to take this based on what I can see.
Now, if you're interested in knowing more about Osti and her publishing company, you can find them both on the web and on their Instagram page. If you're interested in them submitting some work to Osti, you are welcome to submit. But as she said, she is very selective about who she selects for her anthology. So be prepared to bring your A game, LeGrand Alive Poets, because she's not just letting anybody in the front doors of her publishing company. To watch the rest of the interview with Osti, it is going to be premiering right after this episode of the Newsish Roundup on LeGrand Alive. If you're watching this Newsish Roundup when it is not live, you can find Osti's interview on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. This story was brought to you by our third story of the evening. It is the Bob and Kelly Show, episode number 2. They are back for another week. We don't know why, but they are just as excited this week to be bringing you news for LeGrand Alive.
Okay. Hey, welcome to the Chamber of Commerce, Union County Chamber of Commerce. I'm Bob Kavanaugh, and
I'm Kelly Burley.
And so we're here to give you some cool things going on, some news. One of them is the Week of Welcome. EOU does a Week of Welcome every year for the new students coming in. We've got a good enrollment this year. It sounds like we've got a lot of students coming in, and it's exciting to be a part of this town when the new students come in because they're so much fun. All right, so with that said, the block party is not just going to be a block party. It is a dance. It is food. It is fun. We're going to have some games going on there. Now, here's the thing you need to know. It's September 25 here downtown on Depot Street. Did I get that right? September
Yes,
25th?
you did. Tuesday.
Okay, so our friend Matt Scarfo from Long Branch and Benchwarmers, also our county commissioner, has said he wanted to be involved in this and help connect the students, the college, to the community. And so that's what he's done. He's volunteered his facility. He's helping with food. He's helping getting organized. I'm really excited about it. Did you hear the band that will be playing that day? Did you hear?
I did hear. And tell me the name of it again.
Okay, the The name of the band is Mrs. E and the Astronauts.
Ta-da!
Mrs. E and the Astronauts. So,
Cool.
very excited to hear them. It's an up-tempo band. Now, here's what's cool. All of the community, the whole county is invited to come down and hang out and see the students, meet the students. Jeremy David Jones. Jeremy David Jones. Why do you have 2 first names and no middle name? We don't understand it.
We don't. JD, come on, tell us
JD
why.
is going to be our MC. He's the housing guy at the college. Good friend of ours, good friend of the chamber, and good friend of the county. Love that guy. So anyway, so he's going to be emceeing this thing. It's going to be a lot of fun if you know him. And if you're watching JD, be sure it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, 25th, 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock,
Yep.
dance, cornhole games, foosball. I think there's going to be a lot of things going on there.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Nope, just be sure to come downtown and have fun with us.
Have fun. Dinner will be there. All right.
Oh, that's right,
Dinner
yeah.
is not a person. That is a deal.
That's a
That's
deal.
where we'll be eating, mowing some food. Okay.
Yes, we will.
So, 25th week of welcome block party right here on Depot Street. Be sure you're here from 5 to 7. All right. Second thing we need to talk about. Big deal coming up.
Big deal.
Huge deal. Okay, so to kind of change gears a little bit, it's not that this is necessarily fun or not fun, but the candidates forum for the county is coming up. So we hosted a candidates forum for our county commissioners a few months ago.
We did.
Filled the conference center. It was exciting because everybody in our county wants to be involved in, especially around politics.
Yes.
There is a feeling that we are seeing some growth happen. Businesses coming in. Now, we do have some setbacks here and there, but ultimately we are seeing some growth take place. It's because our local governments are starting to really kick it in gear and starting to make things happen. So here's the thing. October 15th, our candidates forum. That's October 15th
At the Blue Mountain Conference Center.
at the Blue Mountains Conference Center. We're going to have a candidates forum for the entire county. Now, we've got a lot of races going on. Before we talk about those races, let's talk about what this is and what it is not. This is not a debate style forum. And the reason why we don't want it to be a debate is because we don't want there to be the contention and the adversarial feel to it. So what we did for the commissioners is very warm, very inviting. We had food, we had music. Yes, we had a bar.
Yes, we did.
So in other words, come, it's warm, it's inviting, it's friendly. You will get to know the candidates probably unlike any other way you've ever had a chance to meet them. But let's talk about the races. Kelly, tell us, it seems like every city has got a race going on. Can you talk about who they are and what that race is about?
Sure. So there are 2 mayoral races, one in North Powder and one in Elgin, and then we've got 3 city council races, LeGrand, Union, and Cove. So there are quite a few races happening. Oh, there's also a circuit court judge race that'll be happening.
Lots going on, and so a lot at stake here. There's a lot of transition. It feels like a lot of change, but we think it's good change. We were very grateful for the people who served in their local governments in our local towns and cities. We can't express enough gratitude for the time they put in,
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
most of the time, you need to know it's a volunteer thing. They are not paid to be the mayor. They're not paid to be on city council.
Right.
This is voluntary, and so for
Right.
those who have served their term and they're moving on, thank you. And for the races that are coming up where they're head to head, we wish you all success, all luck. We can't go wrong with any of these candidates.
Right.
But we want to give you, the viewers, and the people who live in our county a chance to meet these people. Ask
Absolutely,
questions. We will have a timer up there so the answers
Yeah.
can't go on forever. And when you ask questions, please keep it short and sweet to the point. Okay, I think we got it all today for our Newsish Roundup.
So?
Did we get it? Is there anything else you want to add?
Nope, I think you got it all.
Okay, so on behalf of the Union County Chamber of Commerce, I'm Bob Kavanaugh.
I'm Kelly Burley.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.
Bye.
This story was brought to you by our 4th story of the evening. The Ronde Symphony is having an auction to raise money for their upcoming season and their program in general. Looking back, moving forward, celebrating 70 years of music is the 13th annual benefit auction of the Ronde Symphony Association. Now, it is going to be a memorable night of fine food, music, and auction fun. They are going to be having music from different decades of the Ronde Symphony Orchestra's existence, beginning in the late 1940s and moving all the way up to the present day in the 2010s. Now, they're having a silent auction at the event, and co-chair Pam Moore said that we will have many wonderful items donated by businesses and individuals, from artwork to dinners, cooking lessons, and much more. So, Alex, what else is going on at this night?
Tonight's going to be really special because they're introducing their new music director, Zachary Banks.
Last year, Zeke Fetreau is no longer with the Ronde Symphony Association, and he's being replaced by this new guy.
Yeah, Patty Sandell has told us, through the years, the Ronde Symphony Association has been fortunate to have strong support from the greater Northeast Oregon community. We hope to see the same level of support for this year's event so that we can continue to keep this long-standing orchestra and its many programs sustainable. Now, the event's going to be catered by Chef Merlin Baker of Merlin's Catering. It will also feature a no-host bar. It's going to be on September 22nd, 2018 from 5:30 to 9 p.m. at the Presbyterian Friendship Center in La Grande. Tickets are $35 each, and they can be purchased from any of the GRSA Board of Directors at the Farmers Market on Saturdays or at their newly redesigned website, grandrondesymphony.org.
So if you are into music, you should check out the upcoming Ronde Symphony Association silent auction. They bring a lot of music and culture to La Grande, and we really hope that they are able to continue to do what they do.
And remember, purchase your tickets by Sunday, because that is the deadline.
Sunday, if you're interested, get on there, get on it. You don't want to miss out on it. And that's your weekly Newsish Roundup for the week. Thank you for tuning in. Elgin, Oregon says thank you for watching. And Cycle Oregon, it's coming your way tomorrow, La Grande Alive. You will be seeing it tomorrow. So I'm Will Bowman, and
I'm the Road Warrior.
The Road Warrior. And this is your weekly Newsish Roundup, brought to you by one last big shout out to our sponsors. We'll see you next time, La Grande Alive. Please like and share the video and tune in to La Grande Alive for more local content.